It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and it is a gorgeous day in July. I am here at one of my favorite and longtime clients in Bonita for a walkthrough, and I just wanted to share with you this garden. This is probably, well, definitely the best example of mixed medium landscape in my repertoire. So, our client Judy, who is in her 80s, did this tapestry of Coprosma and Pittosporum, oh my gosh, and Euonymus and Boxwood, like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, Laura Petalum, and oh my, she's maintained it all of these years.
Yeah, look, she keeps adding.
Yeah, and she keeps adding, you know, as needed. Coprosma is a plant that I love. It's also called mirror plant, and I've talked about it sometimes, and you can kind of see here all the different varieties that there are. This is Marble Queen. We've got Tequila Sunrise, which is that one right there, the hot orange and yellow one. I'm not sure what all the, I used to know all the varieties, but just a spectacular garden. And you know, then about 8 or 9 years ago, I came in and started adding just little succulent tapestries. And at that time, I thought, oh, well, you know, she's going to be so enamored of the succulents that she'll want to get rid of the rest of it. And I've since learned to be humble. And no, she doesn't need to get rid of it. This is stunning, and she's able to maintain it. I mean, even her Myoporum is doing wonders. And look at this Melaleuca. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this, but she is such a green thumb, just a spectacular gardener, and I am so thrilled to be able to add a little bit of something to her footprint. This hedge or ground cover, they just put this in about a year ago, and it's already filled out beautifully. I don't know, it looks like pyracantha. But wow, this, you know, and I thought, uh-oh, but nope, it's done beautifully. More of her tapestry through here. This is Calliandra. And then back here we did a succulent. This was a succulent tapestry that over the years has morphed, as they typically do, into more of a specimen garden. This Pachypodium Lemarii, we moved it from another area of the garden. It was front and center right here above this Echinocactus graysonia, and it just never produced anything. Not happy there. So we're trying a new one. We fertilized it with some Osmocote triple 14, and you know, just hoping for the best. I really don't have any explanation, but we're going to take this home and attempt to rehabilitate it. But everything else in here is just doing fantastic. Then down here is the downstairs level, more with Coprosma, more with Boxwood, more with Leucostersum, Texas Privet, and then I got the honor of constructing succulent tapestries in the pool beds. These have been in for many years, and you know, this, it's just, you know, every time I come over, it's just spectacular. Every now and then, you know, we move some things around. Last time we were here, this Rubra violacea was over on the other side pointing away, so we dug it up and moved it so it would point the right direction. Kind of another Who's Your Daddy. This little Myrtillo cactus crest here is clearly unhappy. I'm sure it's getting too much sun, but she really wants to give it a whirl. So we went ahead again, we fertilized it, gave it a little water, and we'll see what happens with that. Then, you know, microclimates at work. This pool planter on this side has always struggled more than the one on the other side. You know, go figure. So we are always popping things in and out here, trying to see what's going to thrive and what's going to work. These big concrete planters are so much fun, and about once a year we just pull everything out, cut it, and reset it. These Wortkopf Aeonium have been in here forever, along with the Aloe Dorothiae and the Noblesse. We got some Blue Elf. Aloes really love this garden, so you will see a lot of them worked into the landscape. Another thing that Judy has done so well is in the introduction of the plastic grass, the turf, whatever you want to call it. I think it's great. You know, she's got greenery all around it. The impact and the imprint is small, and you know, it's nice. I think it's extremely tastefully done, and I support this. Over here, a Melaleuca Nesophila. They had another tree here, and unfortunately it got into the pipes of their jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi was leaking, so they're having to do a major repair. Gotta love those trees, guys. She's got fruit. She has citrus trees, more loropetalum, and Judy is very mindful too of the drought. She's been really adamant about experimenting with her water, turning it down, cutting it back as she's able. Here in Bonita, the ground is clay, so it does retain water really well, and you'd be surprised at how little actually goes into this yard to sustain it. She's got a Meyer lemon. Having some difficulty with the avocado. It's setting a lot of bud but no fruit, so you know, we think just not the right pollinators, not attracting the right pollinators maybe. We've got, you know, the 2 on each side. She's about ready to give up on it, so if you've got any advice for us, please let me know. You know, again, just succulents, just spotted. This is one, you know, I am so humbled and happy to just be able to come in and do a little bit here and there to just supplement and augment her extraordinary green thumb. She's got bougainvillea, morcoprosma, camellia. She's got gardenia in the front that she's taking 50 and 60 spent blooms off of every other day or so. Then here we have a little putting green and more succulents. The succulents here, this is another area that gets really, really hot, and we've had to experiment and change things out seasonally. For the most part, you know, even the aeoniums are really not completely dormant right now. They're hanging in there really, really good. And the ruchia has defied all expectations. All the ruchia that I've planted in this garden is thriving. We have a question about this little agave, this Agave Victoria. You know, it's a region A. And these, I've always found these to be the toughest plants in the world. It is not doing well at all. And it's not dry, and it's not rotten. I checked. It's got a tight root system. There's no evidence of any pests. I don't see any disease. I don't know if it just got in trouble at some point in the year. Struggled and is now recovering. We're going to keep a really close eye on this new growth and see what happens. But this is a plant that if it doesn't turn the corner, I come here twice a year, so if it doesn't turn the corner within the next 6 months, I'll try moving it to another location and see if that doesn't perk it up. You know, I absolutely adore doing drop-ins and maintenances because this is how I learn my craft, and this is how you will learn your craft too, is just going through the seasons with your plants, being, you know, open to and humbled by, you know, the ones that may not be doing well, trying to monitor your plants, to fix your plants, to treat your plants. I even started doing a little bit of fertilization in my own garden recently, even though I've always said, oh no, I don't fertilize succulents. I realize that sometimes, you know, it's appropriate to do so, and the plants will thank you for it. So always be a student in your yards. Continue to try things, continue to move your plants around, find their happy spot. Remember, succulents rarely die. They mostly just pout. So if you have it in the wrong spot, it'll tell you by not thriving. And sometimes moving it as little as 3 feet in one direction or the other can mean the difference between a really, really happy plant and one that is absolutely miserable. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Judy's garden in Bonita. Let me know if you have any suggestions for these avocado trees. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. Thanks, guys.